everybody! Welcome once again to Foreign Age News! Yay! Yippee! Well, the first pieces of shit are about to start hitting the blades of the air conditioning unit. Let's get straight into what's going on. I talked in my last video about my projections of the coronavirus, and it hasn't met my expectations. The day after I did my video, the numbers went right down. And I think it's due to 5 days prior to my last video, they did the clampdown and the quarantines, and you've got to stay in your houses. But they left it too late anyway. We're going to see, well, we are seeing it starting to explode all over the place. So this is a cracking website, BNO News, and go on to World, and you find out, you come to get all the latest figures. Brilliant site, this, for keeping up to date with what's going on. Where it the outbreak started, apparently. How many diagnosed cases there are, how many deaths there have been in each province, and some notes. We get to bloody hell, this thing's playing up tonight. So as you can see, they're reporting less than a third have recovered so far. That's in China. Outside China, we don't know. We can't believe the figures from China. These totals are way underestimated or underreported. But on the other, on that cruise ship, the Diamond Princess, there was only 3,700 people on board, including crew, and 634 cases. 27 serious. Only one's recovered so far. It's exploding in South Korea now because of the church. When I first heard about that, it was calling it a religious sect, and I'm thinking, oh God, they're spreading it on purpose. But no, they're just Christians. They're minorities in South Korea, and they're trying to make them out to be bad. But still, all them people in one place. Singapore's got it bad. There's been a big explosion in Italy for some reason, and Iran was there was nothing a few days ago. All of a sudden, 28 cases, 5 fatalities. They can't test for it though. How many cases are there? We go down, and it's worldwide now. We've got notes and a map, but keep up to the minute. Yeah, latest notes. 25 new cases in South Korea. You click on the source, and it tells you about it. Cool. Breaking news, Corona-19, Jeonbuk district confirmed 158, 25 more. And you go down, and it's all in Korean, even though press translate. Normally it comes up okay. Yeah, 630 new cases and deaths in Hubei. 14 cases in Italy. 7 new cases in Italy. What is it with Italy? "33 new cases and 1 new death in Italy." Get into the Arab states. There's another big one. What was it? 10 new cases and 1 new death in Iran. So it looks like Italy, Iran, and South Korea and Singapore are the hot spots. But it could, well, it is exploding now. Oh, this is from nearly a fortnight ago now. China's President Xi visits hospital in rare appearance amid health crisis. There he is, with his mask on, getting his temperature checked. Couldn't believe that. And out in public, in the middle of the outbreak. He's very brave. Well, he's either very brave or he's already had the he's already been vaccinated, even though the vaccine's not going to be ready for about 18 months or so. Hmm.
起来了。
哦，进去了，看到没有？哇，太可怕了！
我不喜欢抓进去。
可是他们生病了。
所以他们要去哪里？他们被抓起来了。
Have you got what it takes to beat the queue?
I think they've used that Diamond whatever cruise ship as a test bed, just to see how. I'm sure some of you may have been thinking that too. The test bed to see how it spreads and how many people get infected in a confined space. Well, I think we're all going to get it at some point, and I reckon there's a between 3 and 5% mortality rate. So, good luck. Well, anyway, I just want to explore one other possible outcome this virus could cause. Well, let's get into this. From phys.org a few days ago. Coronavirus outbreak slashes China carbon emissions study. The coronavirus outbreak has hit the Chinese economy hard. And I've been watching the Chinese stock market, and it dropped a load in one day. But it's just been going up day by day. I don't know how or why. I can't explain it. There's something funny going on with the Chinese stock market. They're in all this shit with the virus and the stock market's going up, 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 up. It doesn't make sense. The coronavirus epidemic that has paralysed the Chinese economy may have a silver lining for the environment. Chinese carbon emissions have dropped by at least 100 million metric tons over the past 2 weeks, according to a study. That's nearly 6% of global emissions during the same period last year. The rapid spread of the coronavirus, which has killed over 20,000 and infected more than 1 million people across China, has led to a drop in demand for coal and oil, resulting in the emissions slump. The study published on the British-based Carbon Brief website said. Over the past 2 weeks, daily power generation at coal power plants was at a 4-year low compared with the same period last year, while steel production has sunk to a 5-year low, researchers found. It'd be a good time to bring back British steel. Anyway, blah. Anyway, what they're saying is industry's been partially shut down in China, and as it spreads, and industrialisation is going to slow down. And there's going to be a massive drop in carbon emissions. And also lead to a huge reduction in the pollutants that cause global dimming. This is a respected scientific article from April last year. Effects of fossil fuel and total anthropogenic emission removal on public health and climate. We assessed the effects of air pollution and greenhouse gases on public health, climate, and the hydraulic cycle. We combined a global atmospheric chemistry climate model with air pollution exposure functions based on an unmatched large number of cohort studies in many countries. We find that fossil fuel-related emissions account for about 65% of the excess mortality rate attributed to air pollution, and 70% of the climate cooling by anthropogenic aerosols. We conclude that to save millions of lives and restore aerosol-perturbed rainfall patterns while limiting global warming to 2 degrees C, a rapid phase-out of fossil fuel-related emissions and major reductions of other anthropogenic sources are needed. So let's put that into English, using the speech breaker gadget I used at the beginning of the show. We assess the effects of air pollution and greenhouse gases on public health, climate, and the hydraulic cycle. We believe combined a global chemistry climate model with the air pollution exposure functions based on an unmatched large number of cohort studies in many countries. We find that the fossil fuel-related emissions account for about 65% of the excess mortality rate attributable to air pollution. Attributable to air pollution, 70% of the climate cooling by anthropogenic aerosols. We conclude that to save millions of lives and restore aerosol-perturbed rainfall patterns while limiting global warming to 2 degrees centigrade, a rapid phase-out of fossil fuel-related emissions and major reductions of other anthropogenic sources are needed. I hope that cleared it up for you. Anyways, this is the bit I wanted to get down to. the nitty-gritty. It says our model simulations show that fossil fuel-related aerosols have masked about 0.5 degrees centigrade of the global warming from increased greenhouse gases. The largest temperature impacts are found over North America and Northeast Asia, being up to 2 degrees centigrade. By removing all anthropogenic emissions, a mean global temperature increase of 0.73 degrees C could even warm some regions up to 3 degrees C. Since the temperature increase from past CO2 emissions is irreversible on our timescales, the aerosol warming will be unleashed during the phase-out. Some near-term mitigation can be achieved from the simultaneous reduction of short-lived greenhouse gases such as methane, ozone and hydrofluorocarbons. Fossil fuel-related methane emissions constitute nearly 20% of the total source, and removing all human methane, which is nearly 60% of the source, in addition to human ozone, would limit the near-term warming to just 0.36 degrees centigrade. While the current climate forcing of hydrofluorocarbons is still small, it will be critical to prevent increases in the future, as they are potent greenhouse gases. Table 1 presents the unavoidable net warming from emission control measures that simultaneously affect aerosols and greenhouse gases, which have many sources in common. And we're talking here about what I'm up to. Control measures. That's reducing emissions and the particles that reflect sunlight, causing global dimming. But if industry shuts down because of this virus, then we could see these massive increases in global temperature if the pollutants are washed out the atmosphere. And some people have claimed it will happen, get like 2 degrees, 1.5 degrees centigrade in 6 weeks' time. That's bollocks. Or it could start having, it could start shooting up this summer. So, I wanted to show that nice picture of the Earth. There you go. So, never mind global dimming. Welcome to global brightening.
Now it's time for the methane report.
Right. I've been following methane levels in the atmosphere for getting on for 12 months now. And here's where I get my data from. A NOAA site. NOAA.gov products, atmosphere soundings, products. And down here, all the latest data from the satellites. And what I do is, for those that haven't watched my previous videos, I take an average of my top 1 satellite in the morning and the afternoon, and then my top 2 satellite in the morning and the afternoon, and cover 4 different levels in the atmosphere, and average them all out to identify trends in the methane, whether the concentration is going up or going down. So I'll just bear with me. So, for example, we click on the latest data from the METOP 1 satellite in the morning, yesterday morning, and oh look, we've hardly any data. METOP 1 satellite's been playing up, but I have been collecting data week by week, and here's the latest up to last week. I'm struggling a bit tonight with my mouse. I don't know what's going on with this computer. There we go. Here we go. Oh, do that. As you can see, from the 9th of March last year, I've been averaging out all 16 measurements. Whether it's gone up 1 week or down 1 week, and this is a 3-week average to just smooth out any irregularities in the measurements. And this is when it's reached its high in October last year, when it normally reaches its peak in November. It reached its minimum just after Christmas. This graph is showing from when it was at its peak in October, what it's been doing since, and it gradually declined and had a little rise, and it's just been bumping along level. It's been decreasing as it should at this time of year. Last week we had a jump of 2 parts per billion, which was unusual. We had a jump up 2 parts per billion, but that, it all levels out in the end. I thought I'll keep an eye on that because and I've had a look. I've had a look at it. But let's see what it should be doing this time of year. So as you can see, it goes up and down, sinusoidally each year. But it is on the increase, and it looks like it's exponential. But this time of year, end of February, it should be on the rise, and then it drops off during spring till midsummer, and then it shoots up. It's the same every year. So this time of year now, it's expected to go up. What, 1 or 2 parts per billion, maybe, for a month or two. 1 part per billion per month ish. That's what it's done in the past. And I normally check my data on a Sunday, but I decided to do a video tonight, so I thought I'll just have a little check on see what's happening. And I was quite shocked actually. I wasn't expecting to see what I saw. Now I mentioned that there was limited data from the Metop 1 satellite in the morning. Also, it's the same case for the Metop 2 satellite in the morning. For both the afternoon readings give a good coverage of the planet. So it's not a satellite thing, which is quite strange. I could understand if one of the satellites had limited data for morning and afternoon. I think it's something up with the satellite, but both satellites have nothing for the morning, but they've got data for the afternoon. Anyway, these are the readings from last week. And these are the readings from 931 millibars, 706 and 477 millibars in the atmosphere. And I'm comparing afternoon figures because there's no morning figures to go off this week. And those are the figures that they gave out. I've got to admit I've slightly cherry-picked the figures because I've left out the readings at 300 millibars because they've stayed relatively constant over the last few weeks. But let's take a look at the readings today. So the Metop 1 satellite on the 15th to 1799 and today 1803, so that's gone up 4. This one's gone up 4, that one's gone up 1. The Metop 2 satellite has gone up 11 parts per billion, and at 706 millibars it's gone up 13 parts per billion, and at 477 it's gone up 11. Now I've seen fluctuations up and down 7 to 8 parts per billion per satellite per week, but never in this range. 13, 11, 13 parts per billion in 6 days. In 6 days. And just average them out, 7.3 parts per billion in 6 days is what the methane levels have gone up. So it looks like there's been a serious burst, and this will find its way up to 300 millibars in a week or two because it rises up. So I'll be watching what's going on higher up in the atmosphere. But these figures are shocking and totally unexpected. It'll be really interesting to see what my graphs look like in the next few weeks.
Hello, I'm from the Australian Government. Welcome to the Anthropocene. Fires, floods, bullshit. We know this summer's devastating fires have been hard for you, but they've been hard for us too. We've been forced to accept the science. Kind of. Sure, it took the country being reduced to an ashen tomb for people, homes, trees and over 1 billion animals. But hey, better late than never, right? Due to this catastrophe, we've decided it's time to take action. Introducing our new and updated climate policy. Get fucking used to it. Get fucking used to it. Get fucking used to it.
If you haven't seen this hilarious video, check out the full length version. I'll leave the link below. Fucking brilliant. Now I'm gonna get a little bit closer to home. I've just typed in Google UK floods for past month. Images. Just see what we've been going through over here in good old UK. And flood warnings. The red ones. We've had heavy flooding. East Wales, West Midlands, and South. Over here. Over there, everywhere. These pickies. These aren't all pictures of one place. This is countrywide. And the same places got flooded a couple of years ago. Flood warnings. Whee! So I suppose they better get fucking used to it. They can't get insurance, so they want to live in a house next to a river, what they can't sell, and they can't insure. What are they going to do? Their own fault, innit? Daft bastards. All the fields flooded. Have a devastating effect on the harvest this year. It just goes on and on and on and on. Look at them. Look at them. Water, water everywhere. Not a drop to drink. Come June, they'll say water shortage. Hose pipe ban. Reservoirs are empty. Fucking fuck's sake. Been devastating. Oh, flood. Road liable to flooding. You don't say. Been awful. And look. This is now. This is the latest. Yet another atmospheric river heading straight for us. They're expecting Yorkshire to be flooded next, as well as other places. Unbelievable. While we're here, let's have a look at the world temperature anomalies. World 0.9. That doesn't look good at all. And we've got global brightening to look forward to, yeah? We are. Hot summer! Shocking. What's the jet stream doing? Alexa, what's the jet stream doing? Oh, thank you. The jet stream is totally fucked up. Doo-doo. Welcome to the new norm. Now for some more good news. Deforested parts of Amazon emitting more CO2 than they absorb. Carbon sinks and carbon sources. Up to 1/5 of the Amazon rainforest is emitting more CO2 than it absorbs. New research confirms, not suggests. Results from a decade-long study of greenhouse gases over the Amazon basin appears to show around 20% of the total area has become a net source of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. One of the main causes is deforestation. One of the main causes. Fuck's sake. So, if 20%'s emitting, then another 20%'s got to make up for that. So only 60% of the Amazon rainforest is actually functioning as the planet's lungs. Now, you know, see where I'm getting at? We're bloody knackered, because that won't grow back. Won't grow back. Let's have an update on the locust infestation. Now threatening East African economies. Oh, UN sounds alarm because the economies are threatened. Whoa! Fucking hell. The economy's threatened. Whoa! The economy's threatened. We'll have to sound an alarm. Oh, bollocks. Locust swarms have begun to impact South Sudan, Uganda and Tanzania, having already decimated crops throughout Ethiopia, Kenya and Somalia, Eritrea and Djibouti. Moody's, money-grabbing fucking elite cunts. Oh, excuse me, said the C word. Said the infestation will test existing food storage in fragile Horn of Africa countries and add to inflationary pressures given the relatively high proportion of food in the consumer price index basket. They're not bothered about making money. They don't give a shit about the people that's suffering. They don't give a monkeys. Desert locusts can travel up to 95 miles a day, and a 1 square kilometre swarm can devour as much food as 35,000 people. Oh, they're eating people. I thought they was vegetarian. The worst locust infestation in 70 years. Yeah. We could handle it 70 years ago. We can't now. Credit danger. Oh dear. Danger. There's a risk of unrest. Might affect people's credit in the Western world. We don't want that, do we? Oh no, we don't want that. Bastards. I mean, most of these countries though in Africa are already got a huge population already struggling for food. It says the number of locusts in East Africa could expand 500 times by June. It's just going to devour all the crops. With nothing left for people to eat. And struggling as it is. It's just going to be absolute chaos. Just awful. Before I go, I just want to touch on this story about a computer discovers new antibiotic which kills superbugs with ease. So they've given artificial intelligence the task of coming up with new antibiotics to save people. Look at poor Prince Harry there. Just Harry, as he's going to be known in the future. Bloody idiots. Marrying that fucking bitch. What do you do that for? Tit. A new substance capable of killing superbugs that resist all known antibiotics has been developed by a computer. You all know they've overused antibiotics and all the little bacteria become resistant to it, and we've run out of drugs to treat them. Well, they've used AI to come up with something that kills most of them. That's good, isn't it? Superb. They want to, so they've used AI to try and save people. I wonder what AI will say when they task it with saving the planet. It might come up with a different answer about how it feels about saving people. You know what I mean? Oh well. I'm bloody knackered now. It's either ridiculously late or ridiculously early. matter how you look at it. One of my fillings has fell apart on my back tooth, bottom, giving me moderate toothache. So I'm going to have to get that looked at pronto before the health system breaks down. Otherwise, I'm going to probably, well, who knows what'll happen if I don't get it sorted before everything shuts down. Just one thing people need to think about. Anything you need doing, don't put it off medically. Get it done now. Just little things, because I know this tooth's going to go terrible, and I'll suffer awfully if I don't get it refilled. And if I leave it too late, when everything starts breaking down, it won't get taken care of at all. And I want to say thanks to the 40 or 50 of you that follow me and watch my videos. Makes it worthwhile doing. Stops me going insane. Or am I already insane and you stopping me from going back to sanity? I don't know. I'm happy as I am. I do think one thing is for certain, that every single person will contract this virus, because no one has any resistance to it. And yeah, you good chance of surviving it, even if you get a severe case with proper medical care. But once the numbers go up and the medical care isn't there for you, you're fucked basically. You're on your own, and it's good luck to you. We call corona the virus. We are the virus. Corona is the antibody. See you all soon. Goodbye.